to guide you like through life and advise you, or
I think mentors in different aspects. So
okay.
different phases of my life.
Right.
At different ages, I needed someone to help me when my son was young. And
Okay.
I needed support as a working mom with a child.
Okay.
Then later on, I needed, well, certainly I should have had this way before, is financial mentorship. I did not have anybody managing my finances.
Wow.
I actually, winning Miss Universe for Namibia was very different from most title holders who win around the world.
Did you make any bad mistakes, like bad choices?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for availing yourself and your time and, just being present here today. Thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure.
Yes.
What a great honor.
Wow.
You do so much for the arts and culture.
Thank you so much.
In our country, in Namibia. So I'm very eager to hear what we have to discuss today.
Thank you so much. Well, a young entrepreneur like myself wants to know and learn and, how do you navigate, your life? You're doing business and you got all these endorsements going on and things like that. How did you manage your life at the time when you had family?
Okay, well, that's a double sort of edged question.
Right.
So I think throughout my career, managing my career in the spotlight on the international platform, it's always been about family and family connection. And my family and I are very close. My mom and dad, my sister live in Namibia. My other sister lives overseas. But we've always been a close-knit family. So when I had Luke, very young, I was in television. I was doing 3 jobs a day, going from hosting a show to emceeing a function, traveling to different places. And I used to actually travel with my son all the time and find people that I trusted wherever I went,
right,
to look after him while I was working. So I think it's about creating a network of trust.
Okay.
And especially when you're working, you need to have a support system. So talking about being entrepreneurs, that's very important. And then obviously mentors.
Yeah.
Mentors are so incredibly important.
Okay, like mentor, like to guide you like through life and advise you, or
I think mentors in different aspects. So
okay.
Different phases of my life.
Right.
At different ages, I needed someone to help me when my son was young. And
Okay.
I needed support as a working mom with a child.
Okay.
Then later on, I needed, well, certainly I should have had this way before, is financial mentorship.
That's what
how
we're
to
getting to.
budget,
Yeah.
how to manage your business. And this is something we can talk about. This should be taught in schools, not geometry, history. We can learn that online. We need to know life skills
Right.
and real things that matter every single day.
So speaking of that, you actually sort of answered my next question, was like finances. Like, how did you you got you got Miss Universe like 1992. You were not very young, but you were kind of young. You were like 19, right?
Yes,
so
yes,
19
that's
years.
young.
That's young, right? So that's young. So how did you financially? How did you navigate? I mean, obviously you had so many endorsements, deals. You're used to advertise products or companies and things like that. Like financially, who was managing your finances? Were you doing it yourself? Did you have family?
That's a very interesting question because I did not have anybody managing my finances.
Wow.
I actually, winning Miss Universe for Namibia was very different from most title holders who win around the world. So say, for instance, Miss India wins.
Okay.
She has got thousands of companies that will endorse her. I didn't have any companies in Namibia endorsing me at all because there was no commercial background. There was no, the marketing in Namibia. We just don't have that footprint.
Yes.
Whereas some of the ladies who would have won from Venezuela or India would have got multi-million-dollar deals. So I had to work really hard at really making sure that I found different businesses that I could get involved in. So when I was after my year as Miss Universe, I traveled for 35 countries during my year. Like literally in one day, I'd be in Indonesia.
35, you mean 35 countries
Yes.
in 1992, like 19 years old.
Yes. On a Tuesday, I'd be in Indonesia. On a Thursday, I'd be in Colombia.
That's crazy.
So like different continents within a week.
That's
very
crazy.
stressful, very demanding. So, you had to have your wits about you.
Okay.
I'll tell you a little bit about my background. So
Yes.
I was modeling for many years. So I had Streetwise,
Okay.
but I never expected the tremendous, what would you say? It's
Like the glory.
demands that are on you, during your year as
Yeah.
Miss Universe. But getting back to your question, it really is all about the fact that you. What was your question?
So no.
I'm just like, I'm going
That was like, yeah.
sorry, around the world already.
Yeah. So basically, my question was, how did you manage financially? Like, how did you?
Oh.
So you went
Let's go
into,
back. Yeah.
you had nobody assisting
Managing
you,
me, no.
and you actually, had to just navigate yourself, and you
Yes.
would travel
Yeah.
alone. And so, how financially, like, so you took care of yourself, like financially. Did
Yes.
you
Yeah.
did you make any bad mistakes, like bad choices?
Absolutely.
financially?
So from the beginning, I was one of the title holders that won the most prizes of any year in history, right? So I won in Bangkok, Thailand, the most beautiful jewelry. I won an elephant in Thailand and a tuk-tuk.
Like a real life,
A real live elephant.
And a
but
tuk-tuk.
there's no monetary value to that, but it was a token, right?
Okay, so it's
but getting back
appreciation,
to your
yeah.
question about
Yeah.
managing money.
Yes.
So I didn't earn money in my year.
Right,
It
right.
was a contract.
Right.
So I had to do my work, I had to travel. But what I did do was set up the Michelle McLean Children Trust in 1992 here in Namibia.
Yes.
And it was actually like a cart before the horse scenario. I didn't have money
Right.
of my own, like usually billionaires set up trust funds to help
100%.
the underprivileged and to educate the poor. But I did it the other way around. I had no money. So luckily and grateful to the support of Dr. Sam Nujoma, our founding father,
Wow.
as well as the business people in Namibia, I was able to establish the Michelle McLean Children Trust, as well as the then first director of my children trust, Nick Kruger,
Okay.
who ran the Mr. Namibia organization. So there's a lot of background information here. But during my year, I didn't earn money.
Wow.
Then afterwards, yes, I was saddled with the situation like now, the pageant and title holders, Miss Universe,
Yes.
they earn millions in endorsements. In my day, that didn't happen.
Right.
So I had to find a way to make my bread and butter while putting money towards
because
charity.
yeah, of course.
So I
You
went
had to
out
keep going,
and I
yeah.
started becoming a TV presenter, a real estate agent. I owned a jewelry company, you name it. I've tried everything
Hectic.
and I've made lots of mistakes.
hectic. And yeah, I've seen your trust. We were at the trust the other day, Michelle McLean, primary school with the school, and yeah, basically, I mean, it was such a nice thing to be there and see all these kids that So I mean, like you're doing all these things, and yet you still have to care about people like that, like the kids, and still make sure you're supporting at least one or two children in a way. Like, I mean, you're giving them an education, that's support,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, how long has the school been running for?
So we established it in the year 2000. It was actually opened by Dr. Hagi Geingop.
Okay.
So I've got a very long history with our founding father and all our heroes
Okay.
that have made our country independent. And now with Her Excellency Tambo Nandi Ndaitwa, it is just a great honor. I've worked with her in many decades in different in different reincarnations. She was Minister of Finance, then she was Minister of Tourism, and that we've done many years and decades together. And now I get to celebrate this amazing women who make such an impact, not only in Namibia, but on the continent and in the world. And that, for me, I was just asked about Heroes Day and who's my hero. And I would have to say our first woman president, Her Excellency.
I remember that.
Nandi Ndaitwa, you are just my absolute hero. But then, just thanking everybody who supported the Children Trust. When we started, everyone said, oh, she's just a beauty queen. She says she promises. She says she's going to do things. 35 years later, we have the McLean Primary School, 1,600 children.
Wow.
We have initiated thousands of projects throughout the country.
Wow.
We had the Heart of a Child Foundation.
Yes.
26 children were seen through heart operations, life-threatening heart operations. And now they come up to me and they're fully grown and they live really valuable and, just full lives.
Right.
And they are, one is a court judge, one is a doctor, there's so,
hectic.
But it's not something I did on my own.
Right.
It was something part of the community, the business community, the government, all the ministries I've worked with.
Right.
And it really is a collaboration. And I have to say,
with
when
like
it comes
community people, yes.
Yeah, when it comes to NGOs and running the McLean Children Trust, it's not about working in silos.
Okay.
It really is about collaborating, whether it's the Lions Club or the Rotary Group or no matter what group you work with, or the ministries, the
I need
private
to join
sector.
one of those groups.
I
need to join. My mom has been talking about joining one of them, and I keep saying, yeah, I will. And I don't know where to start. So I think it's important to be
You jump in and you start because believe me,
okay.
You get to meet people. It is a collaboration of business people, people like-minded, wanting to, like, philanthropy is so important to them.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Thanks to my mom and Michelle for that piece of advice.